it's hard to not be angry. But that's something I need to channel into making informative content while still putting in that anger, because that anger needs to be genuine. And trust me, I got a lot of anger because it is not as a general person. I'm actually pretty chill, down to earth kind of guy. But when it comes to politics and dumbassness, it puts me at a 9 automatically. Every morning when I get ready to make my notes in these videos, I'm already at a 9. And that's not a lie. I need to work on that. And plus, hey, trust me, Jesus is going to be working on me these next 4 years, okay? If Jesus can rise from the dead, then he can work on me, okay? So the question is, now that Trump is in office, what do we expect for the next 4 years? And of course, I don't have a crystal ball, but if you look at history, it'll kind of give you a little bit to hint on. Okay, you can read the books, the articles, or just watch it on YouTube. Like, it's all public information. Then you can kind of get a hint of what to expect. Okay, because people are not too confusing. People want you to know who they are. It's not a secret. If people want you to know that they're a scam artist, just look at the receipts. Look at their consistency in whatever they're doing. And 9 times out of 10, that's what you're going to get. So when it comes to Trump, just like his first term, yes, he did serve a first term and then lost, which I guess people don't remember why he lost, but you're going to get, if not the same, but worse than his first term, because now he has nothing to prove. You see what I'm saying? Like, he doesn't have to, lie too much to kind of get you to still like him to get reelected, which, I mean, hopefully he doesn't change the rules, but that's so much down the future. But he has nothing to lose. So now we're really going to get what Trump wants to do. And in my opinion, is going to be self-serving, or to serve the people that invested millions, if not billions of dollars into his campaign. Like the rich scratching the rich's back with a golden back scratcher, which I don't know if that exists, but that's what they're doing. And here's just a few things that I kind of just assume that we're going to be conversating about, dwelling about, and just scratching our heads when it comes to the weirdness that I know he's going to do. One of them is threat to democracy. Like, that's a no-brainer. Concerns about weakening the check and balances and centralizing power. It's a thing called check and balances for a reason. So not one person can hold all the power, because that's not a democracy if the one guy can make all the decisions. And one thing that he's doing to kind of get closer to that, which people are going to say, well, he's not doing it, or it's not done, so why are we? But we don't want him to test the boundaries, because what if the boundaries are weak or thin? Then it's going to be too late to be like, oh no, now we gotta, no, it's too late. The damage is done. You know what I'm saying? It's like getting, a young lady pregnant. Like, you can't, I mean, you could, but you can't undo that action. You can't, it's already done. You probably shouldn't have slept with the individual, then you won't get pregnant. But that's a whole nother conversation. Civil liberties, potential rollbacks on immigration, free speech, and human right protections. Hey, when it comes to the civil rights, a lot of people in the Trump cabinet don't even care or respect of what was done in the 60s in regards to civil rights. But look at, women's choice. That should be an easy choice. Free choice. The opportunity to carve your own destiny. That's like the basic understanding of being an American. You get to make your own choices, and then whatever effects or happens down the road, that's what you receive, good or for worse. but you get to make your own choices. But not with Trump. That's not going to happen. And we already see that. And the weirdest thing, no reparations for descendants of slaves, but he wants to give reparations to victims of DEI. which is, we're not going to get into that yet. Economic worries, fear of market instability, tariffs, and recession impacts. This whole tariff war that he wants to do, I done watched hours and hours of people who are in that area talk about tariffs more than what I need to know. But the bottom line is the consumers, me and you, are going to get the short end of that stick 9 times out of 10. There's no ifs, ands, or buts, or what is, or could haves, or should haves matter. We're going to get the short end of that stick. Do you really want to test that? Do you really want to F around and find out? I don't. I don't got that much money to F around and find out. But it's too late. Global relations, risk of isolationism and stranded alliances causing global tension. We already see that hopefully in the near future when it comes to Russia and Ukraine. I hope and I pray Trump doesn't screw them over. Ukraine is an ally, despite what you might think of the past and this and this and this. I know it gets a little complicated, but they are an ally now. And screwing them over is going to cause so much instability. It's not even funny. And then when it comes to the Gaza, Palestinian people, yes, he caused a ceasefire, but what's going to happen after that? Because if you understand the backroom deals that's been happening in regards to that, I know a lot of people don't value information, so this might be going over your head. That's the worrisome part of what's the future after this ceasefire. That's the question. And of course, climate change, reversals on climate actions and environmental protections. I mean, throw that out the water. You know, everyone's, oh no, Harris is going to do it. Well, Trump doesn't give 2 F's about your climate problems, protections, X, Y, and Z. All that's out the window. But what should the progressives do is the next question. And I'm not saying the liberals or the Democratic Party as a whole, because I think it needs to be a clear line between liberals and progressives. Like, we can't, it's going to be hard to mix this in, but if it does happen, then cool. But if not, the progressive party, which is, you could probably count on 2 hands, they need to focus on grassroots movements. They need to talk to the people, get online, get out there in the streets and talk to the people in a way that they will consume it and understand. And then clear messaging. We need to focus on reliable issues like healthcare and education and job qualities and higher minimum wage, the whole 9 yards. We need to make sure that we get this ingrained into people's heads of what the progressive party, or at least set, represents. So it's not a confusing in this misinformation and, well, I thought you guys were about this. No. We need to be clear on that messaging. But let's go ahead and watch Mr. Hassan. And this is kind of what inspired this video. It is hilarious, but it actually had like some truth moments for even myself. You know, so let's go ahead and watch. And before we do, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna need this.
Happy Inauguration Day. Guess what, folks? We got a brand new 1,460 days to alienate your loved ones and possibly lose your job because you're arguing about politics. All my friends, they're all hitting me up for my thoughts. Everybody's got hot takes. Everybody's speculating, and nobody has any idea what is gonna happen. But here is what will definitely happen. This rectangle of sadness is gonna start hitting you with notifications that'll make you feel like you're getting attacked by birds.
Every time he lifts up his phone, I want to lift up my phone. That's something he does a lot throughout this video. So, I mean, it's just so funny.
The longer you stare at this rectangular f***ing piece of shit, the angrier you're gonna get. Here is exactly how it will go down. Trump will do something weird, dumb, hilarious, or insane.
Yes.
Then, the news networks will cover it. Then the pundits, paid by those same networks, will react to their own coverage. Then, the far left will hate on the pundits. Oh, they fucking nuts. Simultaneously, MAGA will then hate on the lefties and the pundits, and they'll criticize anybody who criticizes the president. Oh, you have TDS, you got Trump, there ain't Then Elon will be launching rockets, then will quote Babylon Bee in the worst article you could think of, with the thinky face emoji being like, interesting. Then, the actually data nerds will come in and fact check everybody. Like, oh, I'm vitamin D deficient. I just live in graphs. So this is actually the truth. Then everybody will on the actually nerds for pretending that they're just calling balls and strikes and just telling it how it is, when really they're just laundering their own political beliefs through graphs. And at the very last...
Which, that is true. I mean, I might reorganize some of those things, but it's a big cycle. And once again, these are one of those moments where I have to reflect on myself and my involvement in this cycle. And how can you, in a sense, have to be a part of it. But at the same time, how can you do something different to be more substantive, to have more substance in your content and not just like this weird circle jerk of just being angry at people and having no value behind that anger. That's the important part.
Step of this process, this entire digital rectal feeding tube will be shoved up the ass of the general public. Each of these steps will play out every hour, every day for the next 4 years. It will ruin your f***ing life. It will start with a single fried synapse inside of Donald Trump's brain and will end by frying a synapse in your brain. And the conduit for that entire journey will be this portal to hell that I can't get rid of because restaurants make me scan the QR code so I can look at the menu.
Yes.
Now look, good stuff could happen, but bad stuff is going to happen. Real stuff that will make you very angry. But the important thing is, what do you do with your anger? Because just feeling strongly isn't enough. You don't want to end up like Cyndi Lauper singing We Are the World, just shrieking into a microphone, out of tune, while everyone around you wishes you weren't invited. Now, there are many ways to...
Okay, and that's so many people. That is so many people. Like Stephen A. Smith. That is Stephen A. Hey, this right here is Stephen A. Smith, the guy that just won't shut up and can't even sing in tune with anybody. Even as a Republican pundit, he couldn't even do that correctly. It's like, bro, just shut up and just like do something else. But yeah, no. I get what you're saying.
Out of tune while everyone around you wishes you.
And that's me. I mean, not saying I'm Michael Jackson of this political thing. I mean, maybe, but still, but
you weren't invited. Now, there are many ways to solve the world's problems, but I promise you, the answer is not in here. We've had these things for 10 years. Nothing good comes from this.
Good information that you're looking up does come from this. So that's one thing I kind of push back, but not to be picky. Like, I get what you're saying, though.
As soon as something crazy happens, our instinct will be to look to the pundits, the podcasters, and other overconfident men to give us a sense of clarity. And their words will feel important, but I am telling you, they're not. Political commentary to Donald Trump is what Coney 2012 was to Coney. Coney the warlord is still on the loose. We did not catch this guy. And the guy who made the Coney documentary crashed out and may have jacked off in public.
Were you also masturbating? Did I hear that too?
There were rumors of masturbation, but no one who was there ever said that was happening.
Yeah. One of the things I keep hearing is, if you're not angry, you're not paying attention. Oh, you better get angry. This is what they want. They don't want you to be angry. You gotta be angry. Because if you're not angry, you're not focused. Well, it sounds good, but it begs an important question that my therapist asks me every week. Do you really want to live a life filled with unrelenting, manic anger? Just every day, at work, on Slack, at home, right now, as you watch this video. So here's my advice.
Which is a hard thing to do. One, like James Baldwin said, like, to be black and halfway conscious of what America is about, and I'm paraphrasing, I'm sorry, is to be angry every single day. Like, it's a hard thing to not be angry if you are just halfway conscious of how this world is exploiting you and sucking everything out of you. No Diddy, okay? I'm sorry, that was a weird thing to say, but it's hard to not be angry. And especially with this being my full-time job, I have to listen to the Ben Shapiro's and the Candace Owens and the Pierce Morgans and the Bill Maher's and the Stephen A. Smiths, and it's hard to not be angry. But that's something I need to channel into making informative content while still putting in that anger, because that anger needs to be genuine. And trust me, I got a lot of anger because of this. Not as a general person. I'm actually pretty chill, down to earth kind of guy. But when it comes to politics and dumbassness, it puts me at a 9 automatically. Every morning when I get ready to make my notes in these videos, I'm already at a 9. And that's not a lie. I need to work on that. And plus, hey, trust me, Jesus is going to be working on me these next 4 years, okay? If Jesus can rise from the dead, then he can work on me, okay?
Do not let the outrage grifters hijack your brain. Getting up every morning and shoving this rectal feeding tube of rage up your own ass will make you insane. But am I just making you insane? Like, is this just more outrage? Did I build my whole personality on just outrage? Like, is that what am I actually part of the problem? Am I the problem? Maybe it's me. Because I'm actually participating in this grift. Did I build my whole career on this grift? Like, is my only talent actually getting mad at other things instead of creating original pieces of work?
Thank you. And it's Hassan Minaj. Yes.
No. Because he's not like power to piss off dedicatedness.
Just be kind to yourself.
And he brings up a good point there. The outrage content is attractive to people. It's what gets the clicks. You being angry at somebody or somebody destroying another person and this, that's sexy to people. And trust me, after doing YouTube for 2 years, I know. Because I done made videos that got hundreds of thousands and even millions of views. But then when it comes to the informative stuff, like maybe this video here might get a couple hundred views because it's not sexy. But I need to be able to be responsible, have some sort of moral grounding with integrity and dignity, and say, you know what? I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole of just getting other people raged and upset just to get a few clicks. But I need to make sure I'm informing with facts and data and information to combat the misinformation. That's the key. That is the only way.
And only use your phone for important things, like looking at a menu at a Thai restaurant. Please feel free to like, comment, and unsubscribe from everything.
All right, guys. So once again, like that right there is what to generally expect of the next 4 years. Once again, could Trump be one of the best presidents we've ever had? I doubt it. Anything's possible. Maybe like 1%. But if that happens, then I will eat every single video I've made. I will say, you know what? I was wrong about A through Z. And then, hey, we can have a really good conversation. But history doesn't lie. And if people don't purposely try to change their ways, you're going to get you're going to continue to get that same kind of person, you know. And here's 3 of the things that I'm going to be working on to work on myself throughout this presidency, and not only through Trump's presidency. Like, this is something that we need to practice as individuals who live in America, and we understand our position and our power on how we can change the environment around us. Because you don't have to live in what they're giving us. History tells us if the people come together, the people can change whatever. That's key. So number 1 is foster knowledge sharing and ensuring accurate information is widely accessible. Like I said, I need to make sure every piece of content I'm putting out is informative and it is just drenched in facts. You know what I'm saying? Like when you're eating a salad and you just put so much ranch on that thing, like it just drenched in facts and truth and history. That's what I need to do. 2, remain informed about current events, policies, and political dynamics to navigate and respond effectively. You need to be engaged, even with the boring stuff. Once again, I need to get over myself, make the content that is informative, and if the people choose to watch what's going to only build them up and keep them informed and assist them with, you know, being able to respond effectively against misinformation, I'm doing that content for them, only for them. And then 3, stay informed about opposing talking points and misinformation to effectively counter with truth and facts. Once again, you're going to get railroaded of any conversation that these Republican pundits will feed to their base, and it's all misinformation. Nothing is rooted in facts, or maybe half facts, half history. And if you don't know the truth of some of these events that's going to happen, then you're going to be worthless in these conversations. You're going to be sitting there with a bunch of misinformation hitting you in the face, and you're going to know nothing about what happened. To say, you know what, that's not true because X, Y, and Z on X day, this is what happened. Here's the articles, here's the video proof, nothing. You need to stay informed, and when you're informed, you can listen to the Ben Shapiro's and the Candace Owens and hear all the BS that they're putting out and say, no, this is the truth. There you go. But you can't do that if you're not watching videos like mine. Hey, there you go. But once again, guys, if you agree or disagree with anything I said in this video, let me know in the comments down below, or hit that Discord button so me and you can have that one-on-one talk. And like always, let's have that conversation.